But there are still 11 games coming that have the power to completely save this year. Massive sequels, long-awaited returns. Games that have been talked about for years finally becoming reality. If you thought 2026 was running out of steam, wait until you see this list. Let's get into it.
Edward. Privateering. Is it dangerous?
Wouldn't pay so nice if it weren't.
Assassin's Creed 4, Black Flag is still the best pirate game ever made. Now it's back, completely rebuilt from the ground up. The original's not preserved completely, everything else upgraded for modern hardware. Edward Kenway, the golden age of piracy. The Caribbean rendered with extraordinary detail. Everything that made the original iconic back and better than it's ever been. Naval combat rebuilt from scratch. Ships that feel heavier and more realistic. Ocean physics making every battle dynamic. Weather systems that change combat completely. Edward's story retold with modern production values. His journey from selfish pirate to something more hits even harder with updated visuals and audio. The open world is significantly expanded. New islands, new activities, new secrets, content beyond the original that rewards exploration. Sea shanties return, your crew singing together as you sail across open water. Still one of gaming's greatest ambient details. Character writing has been deepened throughout, the world of the Caribbean feeling more lived in than it ever has before. Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced releases 2026 on PS5, PC, and Xbox Series X. The greatest pirate game ever made, now perfect. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4 returns to the storyline that redefined the franchise. Task Force 141. Captain Price, Soap Ghost, the team that built modern military shooters as we know them, back for another mission. The campaign is the focus of the marketing this time. Set pieces designed to be cinematic and memorable. The kind of mission-to-mission spectacle the Modern Warfare sub-series built its reputation on. The story continues threads from previous entries. New global threats. New political complexity. The series doesn't shy away from heavy themes even as it delivers blockbuster action. Multiplayer returns with the maps and modes the community has been requesting for years. A return to smaller, tighter map design after years of larger Battle Royale-influenced spaces. Movement and gunplay have been refined again, each entry tweaking the formula incrementally, this time leaning into what made older CODs feel tight. Warzone integration continues, but campaign gets equal billing for the first time in years. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4 releases 2026 on PS5, PC, and Xbox Series X. For FPS fans, this is the franchise at its biggest.
It's like it calls to me. You and my father found that island thanks to me.
There's more to this than you understand. More than you can handle.
I've proven myself.
Have you really?
A sword keeps you alive. A dagger wins the fight.
Resonance, A Plague Tale Legacy, continues one of the most emotionally affecting franchises in gaming. Asobo Studio built something special with Innocence and Requiem. Onimusha and Hugo's story of survival, sacrifice, and rats, millions of them, moving like a living tide. Legacy shifts focus while staying connected to that world. A new protagonist navigating the aftermath of everything the Darun family went through. The consequences of the previous games rippling forward. The rat mechanics that define the series return refined. Light keeps them at bay. Darkness brings them in. Using them as both weapon and obstacle remains one of gaming's most unique horror mechanics. The historical setting continues medieval France's darkest chapter. The Black Death still spreading. Politics still brutal. The world rendered with the same painterly authenticity that made the previous games so atmospheric. Emotional storytelling remains the priority. Asobo doesn't chase action for its own sake. Every set piece serves character and feeling first. The relationship dynamics driving the narrative promise the same intimacy that made the originals special. Resonance, A Plague Tale Legacy, releases 2026 on PS5, PC, and Xbox Series X. For narrative gaming fans, this is essential.
According to the data in their networks, the ring has some kind of deep religious significance. They call it Halo. They believe that Halo is some kind of weapon.
What sort of weapon is it?
One with unimaginable power.
Halo Campaign Evolved is 343 industries returning Halo to what made it legendary. Not a multiplayer-focused release, not a live service experiment, a pure single-player campaign experience. The thing Halo used to be better at than anyone, Master Chief. A new threat, a new world. The Covenant and the Flood and the Forerunners all present in ways that respect the original trilogy. The gameplay returns to Halo's roots. Open combat arenas, multiple approaches, vehicles that change how you engage, the sandbox freedom that defined the franchise. Level design draws from the original trilogy, large outdoor environments with clear objectives, but complete freedom in how you achieve them. The story treats Halo's lore with genuine care, explanations for things the expanded universe established, answers fans have been waiting years for. Dual wielding is back. Flood missions are terrifying again. Silent cartographer-style exploration levels. Everything that made Halo special preserved completely. Halo Campaign Evolved releases 2026 on Xbox Series X, PC, and PS5. For Halo fans, this is the return they've been waiting for. Marvel's Wolverine is Insomniac going dark, genuinely dark, darker than anything they've done with Spider-Man. Logan isn't cracking jokes, he's dealing with decades of pain and rage and a history that won't stop haunting him. The story digs into who Wolverine actually is, not the cool guy with claws, the broken man underneath, the memories he can't escape, the violence he's addicted to despite knowing it destroys everything around him. Insomniac proved with Spider-Man that they understand how to build emotional superhero stories. Wolverine requires something different, something angrier, something sadder. The story structure follows Logan through multiple locations and timelines. Canadian wilderness, Tokyo's criminal underground, Madripoor's lawless streets. Each location connects to a different piece of his past. Supporting characters serve the narrative meaningfully. Omega Red, Mystique, Sentinels, each one carefully integrated into Logan's arc. The relationship between violence and identity is the story's central theme. Marvel's Wolverine releases 2026 exclusively on PlayStation 5. For narrative action fans, this is unmissable.
Monsters have always been here, watching from the shadows. And when we were at our weakest,
The Blood of Dawnwalker comes from former Witcher developers, and it shows in everything they've built. You play as Cohen, a man turned vampire against his will. Your family has been taken. Time is running out. Every quest you complete pushes time forward. What you prioritize defines your entire story. That time pressure running through everything gives this game a weight most RPGs never achieve. Every decision feels like it costs something real. During the day, you're limited. Careful, vulnerable. At night, everything changes completely. Faster, stronger, but also more exposed. The vampire cycle creates a natural gameplay rhythm. The open world is massive and detailed. Side content connects back to the main narrative. Nothing feels like filler. Everything serves the story. The writers behind The Witcher 3's best quests are building something here that shows completely. Characters with real depth, motivations that make sense, a world that feels lived in and historically grounded. The Blood of Dawnwalker releases 2026 on PS5, PC, and Xbox Series X, one of the most anticipated RPGs of the entire year.
What a sight to behold. Whew, it's all over. The last lands of the FCU, the Federation of Central Asia.
First of all, thank you for joining us on this ship.
Hello there, my dear newcomer. You are very lucky, you know.
Yes, we are critically undermanned on this ship.
Don't worry at all. The man in front is Jan Rexco.
Ace Combat 8, Wings of Theve continues one of gaming's most respected flight combat franchises. Bandai Namco has consistently delivered some of the best aerial combat ever made. Wings of Theve pushes the formula further. The flight model has been refined again, each aircraft feeling genuinely distinct. Speed, maneuverability, and weapon loadouts creating real tactical decisions before every mission. The new fictional conflict driving the story continues the series' tradition of grounded grounded human stories told against the backdrop of large-scale aerial warfare. Mission variety is exceptional. Dogfights, ground strikes, defensive operations, set pieces that put you in the middle of massive military operations from the cockpit. Visual fidelity has taken another leap. Cloud systems, weather effects, and lighting creating some of the most beautiful skies in gaming. The orchestral soundtrack returns as a series signature, music that elevates every dogfight into something cinematic. Multiplayer modes return with expanded options, squadron-based combat against other players. Ace Combat 8 Wings of Theve releases 2026 on PS5, PC, and Xbox Series X. For flight combat fans, this is essential.
To think something like this was right under the city. What fearsome power! Be careful!
Onimusha. The original Onimusha games defined samurai action gaming in the early 2000s. Feudal Japan, demons, sword combat that demanded precision and rewarded mastery. This new entry honors that legacy while modernizing everything. The RE engine bringing visual fidelity the original games could never have achieved. Combat is fast and deliberate simultaneously. Parries that feel genuinely satisfying. Demon enemies that require reading their patterns. The series' signature one-hit execution moments preserved. The setting remains feudal Japan under demonic invasion. Real historical periods blended with supernatural horror. Architecture and culture rendered with genuine respect. New protagonists carrying forward themes the series explored. Honor, duty, the cost of fighting evil with violence. Boss encounters are spectacular and demanding. Each one a genuine test of the combat system the developers have spent years refining. The atmosphere balances action with genuine dread. Demons that are frightening as much as challenging. Onimusha, Way of the Sword releases 2026 on PS5, PC, and Xbox Series X. For action fans, this revival is unmissable.
Welcome to the Galactic League! Since you're here, why not take part in a friendly exhibition race?
Star Wars, Galactic Racer brings high-speed pod racing back to the franchise after decades away. Anyone who remembers Star Wars Episode 1, Racer knows exactly why this announcement caused excitement. That game is still beloved decades later. Galactic Racer expands the concept dramatically. Multiple racing classes beyond just pod racers. Different ships, different planets, different racing styles, all under the Star Wars Galactic banner. The racing physics aim for that same exhilarating speed the original Episode 1 Racer captured so well. Genuine sense of velocity and danger, crashes that feel consequential. Track design pulls from across the Star Wars galaxy. Tatooine's deserts, Coruscant's cityscapes, forest moons, and ice planets. Each track offering distinct racing challenges. Customization is deep throughout. Vehicle tuning, pilot abilities, cosmetic options. Building a racer that matches your playstyle. Multiplayer racing is the core experience. Online races against players across the galaxy. Tournament structures and ranked progression. Star Wars. Galactic Racer releases 2026 on PS5, PC, and Xbox Series X. For Star Wars and racing fans, this is essential.
Just run away.
Phantom Blade Zero is the action RPG that's been making jaws drop since its first reveal. The combat looks impossibly fast, parrying strikes in a blink, chaining attacks together mid-air, moving through enemies at a pace that barely looks like something a player could control. But the developers have been completely clear. Every bit of it is under player control. What you see in trailers is real gameplay. The setting is a dark kung fu punk world, ancient martial arts techniques mixed with supernatural elements, conspiracies running through an entire civilization, a visual identity that stands completely apart from everything else in the action RPG space. The protagonist is hunting truth about their past. The story builds mystery carefully throughout. Answers come with consequences attached. Boss fights are the absolute highlight. Tense encounters that demand precision and patience. Pattern recognition combined with real-time adaptation. The RPG progression systems run deep underneath the action. Character builds, weapon variety, skill development. Phantom Blade Zero releases September 9th, 2026 on PlayStation 5 and PC. For action RPG fans, this is absolutely day one.
Lucia, do you know why you're here?
Bad luck, I guess.
GTA 6 needs no introduction. The most anticipated game of this entire generation. Rockstar's return to Vice City with technology that finally matches their ambition, Lucia and Jason. Two protagonists. A Bonnie and Clyde-inspired criminal story set against modern Vice City and the surrounding state. The world Rockstar has shown is staggering in scope. Living, breathing environments where NPCs have routines, weather affects everything, and every detail feels considered rather than placed. The dual protagonist structure adds narrative depth the series has never attempted at this scale. Two perspectives on the same criminal journey. Gameplay systems have been overhauled completely. More reactive AI, deeper physics, activities and systems layered throughout the open world in ways previous GTA games only hinted at. The scale alone separates this from anything else releasing. Years of development, unprecedented budget, expectations higher than any game in history. Rockstar has rarely missed. The trailers alone suggest they understand exactly what's expected of them. GTA 6 releases 2026 on PS5 and Xbox Series X. This is the game the entire industry is watching. That's the list. 11 games still coming in 2026 that have the power to save this entire year. From pirate adventures to vampire RPGs, from Wolverine's darkest story to GTA 6, 2026 still has everything to give. Drop which game is going to save your 2026 in the comments. I read every single one. Hit like and subscribe for more gaming content every week. See you in the next one.